Alright, so let's go ahead and get this started. I figured I would check out, I'm going to, alright, so I was just watching the 1990s version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Go ahead and get this, okay, where are my controls for this? Cancel, no. Where's my controls? There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this shared out to Discord and such. Right, I can't copy the link right here. Alright. Alright, so what I am doing is sharing the link out, so hopefully some of you can find it. And I am trying to set up so I can keep track of whether or not my stream is active. Alright, so Blast has changed to a daily leaderboard. Here, let's see. Leaderboard here. Apparently, let's see. Apparently it starts over at 11. So what I am doing is sharing the link out, so hopefully some of you can find it. Okay, and I have this connected to my TV, so I can keep up with whether or not it is actually working. But yeah, so today's will end in 12 hours and 40 minutes. I haven't actually gotten started with anything yet. Alright, so done. Alright, so missions are the only way we can get anything accomplished. And I'm going to have to go to the home page for this. Alright, so I'm going to install these games and just start playing. Let's check out this Billionaire Casino. Rank up to level 10, rank up to level 50. So I guess we will start with this. I will play this until the mission is complete. Games will display the number of missions and total rewards whenever new missions are available. Complete each mission by getting the game objective and earn the reward. Keep track of your progress as you complete available missions and collect your rewards. Alright, so we're gonna play this. Alright, Alright. So this looks like it's going to be a slot game, but maybe it's got more than just slots on it. Okay, and our goals are level 10 and level 50. Okay, so alright, let's go ahead and get this open. Tap to spin. Not bad. Spin again, and I'm hoping that with all of that poor connection that I don't lose my live stream again, because there's no excuse for it. Well, they certainly want to make you feel good with the tutorial, don't they? Of course, the name is Nomir. Don't forget that. Actually, I like that avatar. So I guess we will start with this. Alright. When you hit, free spins for God's symbols turn into golden ones, which act as if they were scatter symbols. This means that if you hit at least 2 golden symbols on different reels, they will pay out even if they're not on a pay line. All wins are multiplied by the number of chips bet per line, except scatter symbols. Scatter symbols pay in any position. Scatter symbols wins are multiplied by total wagers. The highest win is paid on any played line, except scatter symbols. When one or more wild symbol substitute is in a win, the highest win is paid. Wild symbol substitute for all symbols except scatter symbols. All wins paid left to right on adjacent reels, beginning in the leftmost reel except for scatter symbols. 5 of a kind, 4 of a kind, and 3 of a kind. Alright, these are 2 of... Okay. And these are the ways that they can pay out. So let's get started. Alright. Go ahead and let this auto spin. Okay, awesome. We are already level 2. I can imagine how long it's going to take to get to level 50, but hopefully we don't have any issues getting to level 10. I think I'm going to play this to level 10. Then I'm going to check on a different table. Maybe play each table. Try to play each table for 5 to 10 levels. So, I like the graphics on this. They seem really cool. The what's the right term here? The control scheme is very easy, and I'm glad I don't have to sit there and deal with waiting to unlock auto spin, because there's no reason to just sit there and tap on this game. Now, some people are probably wondering, if you're watching to why I haven't had a video in a couple of weeks. Just things haven't been all here for me mentally. And that sucks. I know I'm 2 weeks behind on story time. And I intend to complete this story time. I'm not going to mess around like I did with Chrono Trigger. At some point I will go back and I will redo Chrono Trigger. But for now, I do want to at least get Breath of Fire done. Alright, yes, I am quite aware. No. I don't feel like having that pop up in the stream every time, so I'm going to vibrate my phone. Level 7. I honestly was debating about this until I started the live stream. I wasn't sure if I was going to or not. And I didn't really make my mind up. I just started doing it when the Ninja Turtles movie was done. I've always loved the original trilogy from the 90s. I've seen the first of the recent movies, and I liked it. I did it. I wasn't fond of the art style that they took with the Turtles, though. You can tell they're CG, whereas the old one, you could tell that they were physically there. I don't remember if they were puppets or if they were people in costume, but you could tell that they were there. And that's what I liked about it. That, and it had good comedy. A little crude, but, in some aspects, things were more lax back then. I think the movie was rated PG-13. And in some regards, the content now would want to go somewhere closer to a 17 range, while at the same time, some of that content would be considered PG, which weird. So, I know my last few live streams have been crap, and I'm thinking it's some conflict between my emulator and my screen sharing program. I don't know how to work around it right now, but whenever I figure it out, then I will get back to live streaming what I really want to live stream. But for now, you can watch me try out these games. Generally speaking, I'm not a huge fan of slot machines. But as you saw earlier in the video, I can get paid And that's the whole reason for me taking on these game app reviews, is I'm getting paid while doing it. I still haven't actually finished Big Farm, as you could see. I finished the Dawn of Titans. I had to go through a lot of hassle with support to reset my account so that I could do so. It really was a pain. And then it didn't tell me whether or not the directions were unclear. One thing, part of like the headline of the directions said to get a Titan to level 3 and to get my and then the main instruction said to get myself to level 2. I got myself to like level 5 and more than one Titan above level 3, and it wasn't paying out, so I had to email Blast, and Blast got it fixed. They recently got details in so they could manually credit. So the support team can manually credit. As long as you send the support email through the app, they go ahead and get the required information so that they can credit it. But they will ask for screenshots to prove that you actually completed the mission that you are dealing with. They're still working on a script to allow us to give missions back, because if you accept a mission on this device, you can't complete it on that device. And I've still got a mission. Actually, that mission was cleared looking on my phone earlier. I had accepted it on my phone, but I couldn't install the game on my phone. That would be Misty you hear in the background. She wants all the attention in the world. And now I'm going to put her outside so she can go find attention from the world. We are almost there. I don't know a whole lot of people that live stream off of their tablets for gaming like this. I mean, I'm sure there are quite a few. I just don't actually know any of them. At least there's none that I watch. It's so much easier to get things done while still doing your live stream using a tablet rather than a computer. Awesome. Milestone reward, collect that. And okay, I think my controls are... There we go. Let's check on Blast here. Alright, okay, so it did credit me for rank 10. Okay, sorry about that. I also have a notification from Blast stating that I've completed that mission. And now to rank 50. Let's try out a different board. Reconnecting to the... So I'm going to have to... Ooh, Cat Blasters versus Aliens. That sounds like a fun board. Let's try that one out. So, best for me right here. Yep. Alright. So, this board's going to run a little bit differently. I'm not going to bother reading all of that out. But let's get started. Okay, so we are on max bet. Okay, I'm not quite sure how to go full screen. The other one automatically did it. It's a little funny. I'm a viewer on another one of my devices, and I've got that beam to my TV. I look up, and I'm about 30 seconds behind. Like, what you're seeing compared to what I'm doing is about 30 seconds behind. But, you know, I'm going to run this to level 15, then I will back out and try out a different... I don't know if I'm going to have the memory to install all of the tables. Let's see here. Level 13. Oh, I've already got a new game is automatically unlocked for me. Awesome. I feel like I really need to work on how I handle myself on camera. I stutter more on camera than I do talking to people in person, which is weird for me. I've always felt weird about stuttering in the first place. It's not so much like a normal stutter, it's that I start talking without having complete thought in my head, and then I'm not quite sure how to handle sending out the rest of the thought, because I've got to wait on it to come to my mind. And it often makes it sound like I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've got the tablet plugged in for right now, because I'm going to be here for a few hours between this and the other games. I don't know how far I'm going to get today, but I'm looking forward to how well I do. So the rank 1 for the daily leaderboard is only going to be $50, but that's not bad. And they're actually they're giving out less money per day on the daily board for the entire week than they were on the weekly board. So it's actually saving them money while making us feel like we're doing more to get ahead on Blast. I know this is supposed to be temporary, but I hope that they find a way to keep it going. I really think this is good for them. I also keep recommending that they make a toolkit for publishers to put on their games that will allow players to connect their Blast account so that it's a little faster at recognizing when missions and triggers are input, that it will allow the publishers to set missions and triggers. No, I don't feel like sharing because it takes way too much time, and I don't have any social media connected to this anyway, other than my Discord and my YouTube. Gotta have YouTube, otherwise I can't live stream. Gotta have Discord because it's Discord. So, right now, since triggers have been disabled where we can't transfer money to our Blast account through playing games because too many people don't know how to read or follow instructions, those of us that did know how to lost a very good thing. I mean, it's intended to come back when they find a better way of doing it. It's kind of hard to beat people's stupidity, though, because anyway, for the people that didn't understand, that couldn't follow simple instructions, they kept downrating Blast in the Google Play Store over the triggers. You know what? Blast, first and foremost, when it launched, was a savings app. Earnings was possible. Earnings was available, but the first purpose was to save money. You would transfer money from your account, your personal account, to your Blast account, which could only be spent if you sent it back to your personal account. You, on top of your missions and your leaderboard earnings, you get interest for everything that is in your account. It's paid out the first Monday of every month. And there's a formula, and the formula takes into account how many days are between the first Monday of last month and the first Monday of this month. It essentially comes out to, I think, 2% per year. I think it's 2% per year. I might, maybe it's a little bit more. I forget. Of course, as your balance fluctuates, the actual percentage of growth is going to vary, because there's not a constant value to base everything on. Right now, I'm trying to get at least to $100. I mean, I'm probably not going to withdraw anything until I've got like $1,000 in, and then I'll be taking out $100 at a time whenever I need it, while still letting it grow, because it's a savings account. And I know it is mind-blowing to think I want to use a savings account to save money. It's mind-blowing to think that there's actually a company that says they will pay you for playing video games who actually pays you for playing video games. Yes, they do have PayPal withdrawals. PayPal withdrawals do have a fee on them, because you're not getting a gift card, you are getting the money sent directly to your account. Bank withdrawals are without fees, and it goes straight to your linked bank account. I've been a beta tester, and yes, I am getting paid for saying this, because Blast actually does what they say they're going to do. I don't have a contract with the company where they're not specifically asking me to say shit like this, but, you know, they say they're going to pay you for what you do. I get paid for the missions I complete. I get paid for my position on the leaderboard when I actually take the time to participate in the leaderboard, and it's great. They pay me. I get my mission dividends out. I get my interest. And whenever I want to withdraw it, it takes about a week to clear. The process of deposit or withdrawal will start at the beginning of business day tomorrow, or the day after I start it, that I make the request to deposit or withdraw. And it goes into my, it will take about a week to clear my account at my bank, but I get the money. And I don't have to question it. I mean, whenever I first started as a beta tester, I specifically wanted to find out. Okay, so we're going to go back out and try another game. Oh, let's see. You know what? Never mind. Okay, Let's see. Club exclusive. Okay, so I still gotta install these, but until I reach certain levels, they're not actually available. Let's try this ancient forest. Let's try high limit. Alright, so probably gonna let this one run until like level 30. I like the graphics on it. And as long as I don't go broke on my tokens, then shouldn't have to stop. But is anyone else as bored as I am playing slot machines? I mean, I don't do a whole lot of gambling. If I go to a casino to play, I would rather play blackjack. I mean, I can't count cards, which sucks, but generally speaking, I'm not bad at I'm not really bad at playing blackjack. I'm better at blackjack than I am at poker. And there's more skill involved in playing a game with physical cards than there is playing a slot machine, watching wheels spin, especially when the wheels are digital pictures on a screen, because they are rigged in favor of the house. But I'm always good with a simple bet. I like making bets that don't involve money. You know, like tasks. We'll do this. If I win, you do this. If you win, I'll do that. Kind of thing. Stuff with a time limit on it. That way, no one feels like they're being taken advantage of. And no one feels like they're really losing anything. Except maybe a little bit of dignity. Because it's always fun to choose a task that's going to be embarrassing to someone. But you never want to choose something that's going to get them arrested or in some kind of trouble. I am suddenly reminded of a joke. This older woman goes to the... Let's see, the way I've heard it a few different ways, but the easiest one to remember is this old woman goes into the Bank of Canada. She gets to a teller and she says that she would like to speak to the president of the bank. And she explains that she has a large sum of money that she would like to open an account with. So she gets directed to the bank managers because the sum of money that she's able to prove warrants being seen by the bank president. So she gets in there, they talk business, and he asks her, how did you come about all of this money? She said that she likes to gamble. She likes to make bets. So he asked what kind of bets that she likes to make, and she said, well, how about this? I will bet you that your testicles are square. Now, he's taken aback by this. He's like, you know what? I will put $10,000 on that your testicles are square. He thinks this is a sure thing. He can't lose, so he agrees to take the bet. She says, okay, but to make everything official, I want to have my attorney here. So how about we have a meeting tomorrow, say 10 a.m., with me and my attorney so we can settle this. So the bank manager agrees. He goes home and he's worried. He spends a few hours examining himself in the mirror and pretty confident that his testicles are not square. Well, next morning, 10 a.m., the old lady comes into his office with her attorney, and they recite the terms of their bet. And the old lady says that, to really be sure of this, I'm going to have to feel them, because you can't really look at them and tell. You've got to feel them. So she agrees. She says that. Bank manager says, all right, we've got to be sure. So the old lady, she reaches down and she cups, and her attorney starts banging his head on the wall. Bank manager asks, oh, what is he doing? She looks over and she says, oh, I bet him $20,000 that by 10 a.m. that I would have the testicles of the bank manager of Canada's in my hands. That is how she makes her money. I had someone join in the middle of that joke, and they left by the time the joke was done, which I'm guessing the joke wasn't quite to their standards. I saw the number, and I see someone back again. I don't know if they're the same person that left in the middle of my joke or not. Oh, but that was fun. Feel free to say something if you're in the chat. I can't actually see who. I can't see the names of who's in the chat until they actually say something. And in and out. I am having so much fun with this live stream, and I don't hate this game as much as I do the first game I live streamed. I literally only did that for testing purposes. Okay, and the emails that I get. I get weird notifications. But if you're watching this after the fact, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I could use all of the attention I can get. I don't intend to have drama, but you know what? I'm going to have fun. And I really do need to loosen up more. But, the time constraint videos make it hard for me to loosen up because I am so busy trying to review the games and such. Or play the story out whenever I'm doing story time. You know what? I think sometime this week I'm going to make a point to upload 3 story time videos. Just to keep things, just to catch things up on where I'm supposed to be. After this live stream, I will do an episode of story time and I will upload that. Then I will probably start the next live stream for tomorrow's leaderboard. I'm not going to play any leaderboard games unless I am on live stream, just because I think chronicling my attempts at getting the leaderboards will be beneficial to myself, to my channel, towards Blast as a whole, because, you know what, it helps to prove people get paid. And it gives me an excuse to do this more. Because, as I said, I've not been all here. And I really want to do this, but at the same time, I just haven't had the motivation to do it. I think I am currently just stalling at 63%, but hey, it's better than my battery going down, which I don't want to deal with. Sorry, I got a message on a platform that I'm not going to say the name of. I'm trying to make new friends in my local area on this application. Well, I've got an application for the platform, and my message was person like 2 days ago, and I just got a reply, so I'm happy about that. And you know, with Autospin, my hands are free. I will admit the platform can be a little off color, but I'm actually being quite civil and mature dealing with people that I meet on here. I mean, at some point or another, it might get more it might get more, but for now, small talk, general information. Have to be respectful of people. That is something everyone needs to learn, is respect for everyone else. Now, I'm from Louisiana, born and raised here. Some of you probably say you can tell that I sound like I am from the South, while those of you from the South probably think I sound like I am a Yankee. Personally, I do not hear my Southern accent, and I have been accused of being from places like Idaho before, and like whatever. But I was raised saying, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, please and thank you. Sometimes I admit I forget my manners, but I quickly correct myself if that is the case. I honestly think more people should be taught this. I grew up getting my tail busted. For those of you that don't know, I am 31. I am still afraid of my mom. I know some cultures it seems like a stereotype to be afraid of your mother. I'm not from any of those particular backgrounds, but I was raised in a household, my mom and my stepdad. I love my stepdad to death. I mean, I get along with my biological father, but my biological father never wanted me. We get along well as people. We've never really interacted as family. I've never thought of him as my dad. My mom and my stepdad have been married since I was 3. And I've never actually called him my stepdad. Like, I'm saying it now for clarification, but he adopted me whenever I was 13, 14. I was in 7th grade at the time, and he adopted me whenever my biological father signed away his legal rights to me. I was certainly not complaining. I owe a lot of who I am to him. And my love for wrestling I got from him. Now, I think my love for wrestling far exceeds his. I mean, I know there are a lot of things that that him and my mom tried to teach me that probably didn't stick as well as they wanted to. But I'm still my own person. I think and believe drastically different than my parents do. And that's fine. I still know right from wrong. I still know good from evil. I just am not quite as rigid about it. Some of my lifestyle choices reflect this. I forget where I was going with it. Oh, but yeah, they taught me respect, and my biological father tried to get it out of me. He didn't like being called sir, and my mom is not afraid of any man. She's not going to abuse. She's not abusive towards men, but you know, if you're going to be a jackass, she is going to put you in your place. If you're going to beat on a woman, my mom is not afraid to lay you out. One of my mom's best friends, I call her my aunt. I remember there was one time we were at our house. We were having a birthday party. Her and her husband at the time were inside, and he was being incredibly stupid. Stupid enough that that my mom got involved. And later there was a time when he did it again. My mom wasn't around, but my aunt decided she wasn't going to deal with it anymore. And she took a 2x4 to him. I don't condone such violence, but this guy deserved it. He honestly deserved more than he got. Oh, look, level 402. It's Red 13. Huge Final Fantasy fan. Final Fantasy VII will always be one of my favorite games, as I'm sure that is the case with a lot of people. But I must admit that I like Final Fantasy IX more than I like Final Fantasy VII. I mean, as a kid, Final Fantasy VII was a lot of fun to play, but I wasn't great with strategizing and planning things in advance. And often I actually got confused on what some of the materia did. I didn't see how it benefited me. I can understand it a lot better now than I used to. But Final Fantasy IX, everything was just so much easier. It was a brilliant story. There are some places where I think the story could have... they could have done better for the story. I mean, if they, like, there is the situation with, there's the growing romance with Steiner and Beatrix that it was great. It really would have had a larger impact on the overall story if Steiner had died during the siege on Alexandria and Beatrix took his place in the fight. I mean, everyone would have hated the developers if Steiner had died, but like, it also would have made you that much more intense on completing the game, getting revenge for Steiner's death. Not revenge, but avenging him. Because revenge never works out so well, but avenging someone is a noble thing to do. Steiner was a good character, but he was also kind of boring. Beatrix was... there was nothing boring about her. Kind of hard to be bored when someone is able to rip your entire team to pieces. And yes, the entire team got ripped to pieces on multiple occasions. I mean, every time you fought her, she walked out of there the better. Oh, look, another reply from that person. So, I'm just telling her a little bit about myself right now. Always nice making new friends. The higher these levels get, the slower it seems to take, doesn't it? Like, seriously? Oh, we're only just over 23. It feels like we should be closer to 24 than we are. I might cut away from this game for a little bit and try another game just to rack up some quick experience. Like, I've played Idle Factory before. I have a lot of fun with Idle Factory, and that might be the next one that I do. It shouldn't be that difficult. But then again, I think part of the mission is getting a super manager, which is going to... for playing the game is just to play it is fine. Getting a super manager can be fun, but when you're trying to... when your specific focus is to get the super manager and leave, it feels like it drags on and on and on. I know because the same company does Idle Miner Tycoon, and the mission that they had before was also get a super manager. Ow, okay, my back is starting to hurt. I kind of live on my couch, and I'm leaning up against the arm of the couch, and it's a little rough on my lower back. I know I probably am going to be said to give too much information, but you know, I've got to have something to talk about. I mean, I can't just sit here and talk about how cute these deers and these mushroom houses are for however long it takes to get to level 30. And since I'm almost halfway there, I certainly can't uninstall this game and move on to something else. I may have to uninstall something. But, you know, I think I will let this run to level 30. And then I'll take a break from this and go play a different game. Get another mission completed, and then come back and finish this out. Hopefully the entire day isn't this mission, because I will be so flipping. I am doing my best to minimize my swearing. I mean, I can swear like a sailor, and I know that can get me in trouble on YouTube. not like I monetized anyway. I've got 43 subscribers. What is it, like 1,000 needed to get monetized, plus 1,000 watch hours. Maybe it's more subscribers now because they like to keep changing it since they've set that requirement, and they like to keep increasing it. I think it's still 100. I think it's either 100 or 1,000 watch hours in a rolling year to be monetized. I may or may not ever reach that point, but hopefully. I've got a few projects that I'm trying to pay on. As many of you may have seen in previous videos, Whale Shares. Whale Shares is a cryptocurrency, is a blockchain-based social network, and I enjoy that social network. You can earn cryptocurrency for your performance in it, and I'm trying to spend some of my earnings improving my account so that I can earn more, and that the value of the Whale Shares token will increase. I've recommended to Blast more than once that they should make an account on there. Trade the money payments out for their own personal whale token, and then take the whale tokens. Like, people can collect the whale tokens on a BitShare account. Then they can use the whale tokens to get get some Whale Shares crypto tokens. Those that don't want to use the BTS that don't want to use the BitShares can convert the tokens over 1 penny per token. And honestly, if they take however much they're putting into, how much money they intend to put into the leaderboard every week, and buy tokens with buy Whale Shares with that, and increase the stake on their account, they can actually make the tokens worth more than a penny. If one token gets to be worth 1 or more WLS crypto token, then they're quickly going to be worth more than 1 penny, and people will come out ahead by taking the tokens and redeeming them than they will by converting the tokens to pennies. I have no idea what the thumbs up is, but the dog just started giving everyone thumbs up. No clue. I'm probably about to get a little silent. I need to find a snack, because I honestly haven't eaten since I woken up. So I will be back. Just watch, spin and win. Oh. I am a bit weird, I will admit. I am taking frozen waffles and I'm toasting them, and then I'm going to put them in a skillet and turn them into grilled cheese sandwiches. Oh, someone is actually asking me about Blast. Oh, sounds like my first ones are done. Alright, I'm going to go fix my first sandwich. a friend of mine on Discord just got back. Hopefully she will join us here in the live stream. And I will have someone to actually talk to live rather than people just listening to my idle ramblings. See, so looking at my TV screen, I am about 3/4 of the way there. I'm pretty sure I'm almost at level 27 though. Looking at the actual, oh look, level 27 right now. Awesome. Might still be another 30 seconds before that pops up on the live stream though. And for anyone that decides they want to leave a comment saying, I'm unprofessional walking away from the game while it is running, and this and that, I'm not a professional. I don't make enough money on this to be a professional at this. I don't have the equipment to do a professional job at my videos. I don't edit any of my videos that I pre-record. I've tried, and I'm not good at it. If I had a computer to do it on, then I could take more time and get things looking a lot better, but for right now, I'm not a professional. I'm not going to pretend to be a professional. And some people might actually even find that a bit relieving. Hey, sorry about that. My phone's on vibrate and I'm kind of walking around, even though I'm walking. Huh? I don't know. I'm not quite sure why it's not coming on. be careful that you might be recorded by my live stream. I don't have anyone actually watching me or watching my stream at the moment, but they can't see anything. They can't see you, but that doesn't mean that they can't hear what we talk about whenever they watch the playback.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm good. I'm glad you actually said something.
So yeah, just for YouTube community guidelines, just try to be a little bit careful on what you say.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
in that case, I will message you.
Okay, you can join the live stream and watch the gaming. Literally.
Well, I was going to do one of my tasks, but I can't do that with this being going on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't
I will message you.
Okay. Wow, that was interesting. You know what? I'm a bit curious. Well, my friend might be joining the live stream, so we'll see if I get a 2 up. This waffle grilled cheese sandwich isn't bad. I should have added some butter, but nice crispy waffle, the gooey cheese. Really good. The waffles are just Eggo. I got them at I got a large bulk box at Sam's Club. So they're plain Eggo, so there's no sweetness to them. Mm. And I think I'm out of syrup, so I've kind of got to get creative on how I'm eating them anyway. If I had the energy to stand up and cook long enough, I'm thinking I would do some chicken and waffles. I've got chicken leg quarters. Splitting those and deep frying them, laying them over some waffles with some syrup would be, sounds like heaven. I say that despite I've never had chicken and waffles, but the more I think about it, the better it sounds. Wow, we are over an hour and a half into the stream. You know what, I may actually take a break from the live stream whenever we hit level 30, and I'll come back after doing a few things with away from the tablet with the next mission that I'm going to work on, and try working on this one after I complete a mission. But at the rate we're going, I'm gonna guess 3 to 4 minutes on this particular level. so that we can get to level 30. You know, since I'm not going to have to actually do anything, since I'm not going to be doing anything with the with the tablet while I'm away from the stream, I might just let this continue running until level 50, so I can go ahead and get that experience, because I doubt anyone's going to want to watch me come back into this game on the next stream anyway. So we'll see what we can do. I'll see what I can get accomplished in that time while I'm busy. It feels like it is just taking forever. Now that I'm specifically waiting on this one level, it feels like it's just going to drag out forever. But, you know, they say a watch pot never boils. It does boil, it just feels like it takes forever. Because when you're bored, time seems to slow down, while when you're excited and having fun, time feels like it flies. Just because you don't want it to end, knowing it has to. While this, you want it to end, and it feels like it can't. But yeah, I think when we get back, I will start on Idle Factory Tycoon, or maybe I'll start with something that's going to be a bit more hands-on than an idle game, which there are quite a few that seem like they should be really good to deal with. I don't know whenever I got 43 last. I think I hit 42 on the last live stream. I'm guessing someone subscribed to me since then that I didn't get a notification about. Looks like we're about 3/4 of the way there. I feel like now all I'm doing is whining about getting to this last level. So I'm going to shut up and go clean my dishes for what I just ate. Should be level 30 by the time I get back. Oh, look, level 30. So I will see you in the next stream. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Later.